Where we left off in the class, you are continuing from there. Our class was focusing on engulfing patterns and we have read the market from here to here. In the previous class, we marked this engulfing pattern. If the market comes here, we will go bullish. If you see, it has swept the low here, creating equity. It has swept the low here. If the market sweeps the low of this candle, it will be another confirmation for us. We are near our entry zone, so let's move to a smaller time frame, H1. If you see, no structure has shifted yet. If you look here, the H1 structure hasn't shifted yet. All right, if you check the 15-minute chart, the structure hasn't shifted there either. We need to wait for the structure to shift, but let's see what the market does here. We'll wait for the structure shift on the 15-minute chart. If we look here, it has taken its low on the daily chart. On the 15-minute chart, you can see the support and resistance. We'll wait, but the 15-minute structure is still intact. All right, if you look here, for those who don't have an idea about this, watch the previous video to understand how we are trading this and the basis I have explained. Here the structure has shifted. The daily zone has also taken its low. The structure has shifted on H1 as well. If you see here, liquidity has formed. If it picks this, we will buy. Let's see if the market picks it or not. Let's see if the market picks it here or not. It went bullish here, but we'll keep a slightly larger stop. If we look at the market on H1, we need to set our target, right? To set the target, we need to look at the liquidity on H1. If you see, this is all its liquidity. If you see, the trend line has full liquidity. If the market goes to this zone, we'll take this engulfing, and this is the buy zone because the market has already tapped and played here. Now the market won't stop. Let's see, we have planned the trade on the 15-minute chart, so we'll speed it up a bit. If you understand the market, it won't tell you anything. The thing to understand was that the daily engulfing had taken its previous candle's low. On H1, if you see, the structure has shifted. If you want to make more entries on H1, you can see the structure has shifted. If it comes here, we'll play the market again. Look, the market has come here and it targeted its self-head liquidity. There was no liquidity in between, so it targeted that. If you see, it has also targeted the real liquidity. Let's see. The market is bullish. The trend line is running, and if it picks this high, retracement can come in the market. The trend is bullish, so we'll stay on H1. If we want to make more entries, we won't. We missed the entry here. The market targeted the buy side here. I'll explain what all this. Liquidity was. If you see from here to here, it was all liquidity. It didn't need to hunt this low because it had already hunted it. Now we'll play it again and see if the market is bullish. Simple. It's very simple here. The market is bullish. The zone we marked can still be reached by the market. Look, the first target is done. We can also exit this trade above this liquidity because this is the last liquidity. Look, after the buy side and sell side, the market is going this way. If we find a suitable sell, we'll settle, but the sell is risky. Look at this. Here, the market is giving a confirmation by making equity around the same level. This is a high confirmation. The market can also come into a sell now. Let's wait. Look, it picked both. It picked this and that. So our buy is closed here. The market can also take a reversal here. If you see, the market can take a reversal here. If we look at the trend here, its start can also shift. If you see, the buy side is done and the sell side structure can shift here. Let's see. We'll wait. The market has picked the liquidity. Look. It has made liquidity above and below here. Look, the market switch. This range liquidity is lying above it. We'll sell it if we get it, but It hasn't hunted yet. It hasn't hunted yet. Liquidity is still being created. If you see, it's being created. We'll take a sell from here, targeting a reversal, but it will be risky. It will be risky. Our trend is bullish. This trade might not go in our favor because it's risky. Look, it picked its liquidity here. Look, the structure is back to the sell side because this was the last liquidity. If it sells from here, it will fall long. Otherwise, the market is coming bullish easily. It's coming bullish easily. Sorry, it's coming bearish. Look, bearish. There was no engulfing in the market here. So the structure has shifted to the sell side and buy side. We'll buy here, but if the market hunts it near our zone, we'll buy it because it's liquidity. It's liquidity. If you see, it's coming with an engulfing after stop hunting the previous candle. We played it with H1. We'll plan its buy again on this engulfing if we get it. But let's see what happens. Look, it's giving a confirmation again that it's making liquidity before this zone. Look, near the same zone as H1. It's making liquidity near the same zone here. This is high confirmation that the market has picked its target from here to here. Now look at the story here. This zone has now played. I told you if it makes it bearish, it can fly. Now it's played. If the market goes, it's already played. So we'll delete it. The market should come here next. Because it has picked all the levels in between. This is story by story, candle by candle. I'm telling you so you don't face issues later. Now we'll move to H1 and wait for the structure to shift because it has picked its liquidity from the daily candle. Look, it has picked this too. It has picked this too. If you put it on the 15-minute chart, you'll see the sell side structure here. The buy side is also done, and in this there's no range liquidity. If you see there's no range liquidity, so we'll buy here, keeping it just below its low. Our target will be to pick it from the bottom and take it easily here. And on H1, we'll wait for the structure to shift. If it does, we'll enter again. If you see the H1 structure has shifted, the sell set is done and the buy set is done and there's no range liquidity lying here. Look, it hasn't hunted it in H1 either. Now let's see what the market does, but now it has made it here. If it hunts it, we'll police it. Look, it has hunted it now. Here we'll plan a buy because we'll keep it slightly below and our first target will be this. There's nothing else in the market. This engulfing can make it bearish. We can also keep our first target here. All right, next, if it happens, we'll enter the market again because the liquidities, look, it has hunted it again. The buy we made here, the reason was that there's no range liquidity here. If we look at the 15-minute chart, we'll see it again. It has hunted it again. The buy we made here, the reason was that there's no range liquidity here. If we look at the 15-minute chart, so even at 15 minutes, we're around the same zone. So let's save a bit of this. And if it feels the same again, no issue. We'll take it to buy again. Don't worry. Okay, here. See, the structure has shifted again here. If you understand the structure, the story has moved to the buy side and is hunting on the sell side. So recognizing liquidity in this is what we made our setup here, which wasn't here before. So now we have its low. See, it picked the low, keeping a bit below its low, and our target, the first target, let's do it this time. Let's do it for the next trade. If it feels again, we'll easily make it bullish from here. Because the rain liquidity was here and it had already picked it. Okay, our setup started here. This was it. Now let's speed it up a bit and see what the market did in the next turn. I told you on a smaller time frame, you see here that engulfing was there. This whole engulfing is making it sell, and the H4, H1 call was making it sell. All its liquidities are there. See, all the liquidities are there. So let's see. Now see, because we're on the bullish side, so we'll stay on the bullish side here. See, boom. All our trades closed because it made it bearish here because this was a fresh zone. This zone was fresh. Those who wanted to hold it thought the market would go bullish, but after stopping everyone out, it will go. And here, if you see, our savers target was this. It's coming from the same engulfing zone. No issue. I'm just explaining. We're back testing. There is no issue. Our trade from here to here, as much as it went here. If you see the sell, all these liquidities are there. So here if you see, we wait for its structure to shift. See here, its structure had shifted, confirmation had come on the same engulfing. See, this daily market came down because confirmation had come there on the same zone. Okay, now see, it's the same zone of daily. It stopped it out again. Now this has also played. Now it has no zone left. If you see here, it made it buy. This zone remains. Now from this zone, it can get market retracement. But if you see at 15 minutes, we're on the buy side. Below it, our zone is on the buy side. So we'll plan its buy side. So let's increase it a bit. Here, I increase the chart. So here see, it did sell side liquidity and here it did rain liquidity too. So here we take a risk again for buy. Here we take a risk for buy again, which we target for. We were targeting it because it's on the previous zone. Here while taking trade, it will feel like we're sitting at the bottom. Like here we did this bottom trade. We got a good profit here, but we leave it. You see, at 15 minutes, our trade is running on H1. We wait for the structure to shift. We wait more. See, if you see this buy side, this terminal range liquidity was here. We play it with small trades too. If it feels like it, then no issue. We'll buy it again. I'm trying to play it with this trade and our targets are the same. We had to lower it and we had to click the target here. Okay, done. Now we play it again below H1. Yes, below H1. There's no issue. If it happens, no short. This first target, see here, you can easily. The market has taken it out, but we're on the bullish side. So we'll stay bullish, bullish market, bullish, which can make it sell. This zone, if you see, if the structure shifts, it can make the market sell. If the structure doesn't shift, see here, the structure hasn't shifted. The market boom, bullish, our bullish trade started from below. And now what will happen in this? All this trend line liquidity is there. See here, it will pick all and the market will fall down. In this, in between, you keep making its buy entry. Okay, you can leave it here by breaking even. See here, market bullish, bullish. See how long the trend capture is. See all these liquidities were there. It refined all this engulfing zone went here. Okay, we are taking one by one candle. Now those who will mark this engulfing here, they will be hit. This is not an engulfing. This is not an engulfing. Forget this engulfing. This is not an engulfing. The engulfing I told you is that engulfing. This is not that engulfing. This one too, you haven't been told. Okay, now this target is done, finished above it. Now, okay, now if you see its scenario, this zone has also played. Now this is useless for us, all these. Now we delete the line once here, everything, and we refine our entry here, that here is this zone which can make it bullish next. Okay, if you see here, it was bearish, then it became bullish here. So this engulfing, that is the flip, we can play it if above. The engulfing I told you, that one came in our favor. So let's see here. Let's see what happens in our clip. See here, that engulfing we had. That one didn't become an engulfing. The structure shifted. No issue. The structure shifted. So we need that thing, which will give us the trade. Market see the straightforward coming down. Because it picked its liquidity, so it will run towards its zone. Okay, if you see here, according to its sell structure, it's selling. But if you see the engulfing we had, we didn't get that. So no problem, we have the buy zone of it. So we see it tapped into the buy zone and still that engulfing hasn't formed. So what happened here? It started making liquidity again before this. In this, the market did. And see here, if we see the structure of H1, wait for the shift. So at 15 minutes here, its structure also shifted. See here. Structure shifted. Okay, now if the market retraces in this, if you see terror range liquidity has now formed, but if it picks it, you can take it small trade here too. With this trade, you can play it, but now you have to wait for its confirmation here so that it picks this low. See, it picked this low, market bullish, which is our daily zone. See, it was the daily zone. So we played from daily, speed it up a bit, see it, and here too, if you see, it took its low, but the engulfing hasn't formed. There might be an error in the broker, but the trend is in our favor. See this, sell side, buy side, and this turn on range liquidity, it's marking and becoming bullish. So, okay, here we still Stop it. Then in the next class, we'll see more about what it was. For now, forget this bearish, whether it was to say or what. For now, the story I told you, take 2 glasses of it, play it in the live market too, and it's back. Testing, you'll enjoy this thing. So, okay, see you in the next video. Happy.